Okay, we're going.
Hello, my name is Paul Centis with North Tech Stone and Ceramic, and today I'm going to give everyone a quick demonstration on how to grout your tile. We're going to grout some floor tile today that was installed yesterday. We're grouting a 16 by 16 travertine looking tile. I'm going to show you what you need to grout with. You have a pail of grout, which has already been mixed. And it's mixed like a smooth peanut butter consistency so that it's easy to work with. You don't want it too wet. You have your grout float, which is used to spread the grout across the floor and fill in the joints. You have your grout sponge, which is made so that it doesn't dig the grout out of the joints. It's relatively stiff. And you have a pail of clean water. And that's basically all you need to grout your floor. Now, what I'm going to do is I'm going to keep this simple and easy for you to understand. A lot of times directions on a bag are good, but they really don't give you the visual on how to do it. So, without any more time wasted, I'm just going to go ahead and show you. So you've got your grout, it's been mixed, you've left it sit maybe a couple of minutes, and you've mixed it up again. Now what you're going to do is start in the corner of the room, and you're going to pour some out of the pail. If it's your first time grouting, you might want to pour a little bit at a time so that you're working in a small area. What you want to do is not work too far ahead of yourself. Maybe do a section that is manageable. What you want to do is spread the grout and don't get too far ahead of yourself. Go back, leave it sit for a few minutes, go back, wash it, and go from there. So here we go. Basically what you're doing is you're using your grout float, and you're using it similar to a squeegee. You're pressing the grout into the joints. You're using the float on an angle, like a 45-degree angle. Press the grout in. You want to work the grout back and forth, pressing it into the joints, and this way you're sure that the joints are nice and full. You're not really too concerned about cleaning the tile yet, but as you work forward, just make sure that you pull the excess grout ahead with you. It's real simple. Don't rush, don't panic. Looks like you're making a mess, but it's real easy, and I'll show you that in a minute. Again, you're working back, spreading the grout, pushing it in the joints, and sort of giving it a little clean as you go. Again, don't worry about getting all the grout off the tile. Leave some on there, because actually it helps you when you're doing your first pass with the sponge. Okay, I'm going to spread a little more. Again, I'm making sure that the joints are nice and full. Now, one thing you want to keep in mind too is as you're working, if you find that the grout is, getting just a little bit harder to work with, because it tends to, stiffen up slightly as you're working. What you can do is, again, don't panic, but just keep the job simple. Make it easy for yourself. What I like to do is, like now, I notice the grout is a little stiffer. So rather than struggle with it, I'll just finish this little joint off here. I'll stop. What I'll do is I'll go back and get my pail, my little trowel and my float, and I'll pick up the grout. And I'll throw it back in the bucket. Okay. And then what I'll do is I'll take the bucket of water. So I'll grab that, bring it over. And even just with the sponge, okay, you don't need a lot of water, just a little. And what I'll do is I'll just drizzle a touch of water in there, take my trowel, and I'll give it a quick spin with the trowel. And what that does is it just brings the grout back to a consistency that is workable and easy. You might give it another touch and give it another spin. Again, it's about, you don't want to make this job complicated. Keep it simple, keep it easy, it'll be fun, and if it's fun, you'll want to do it again. And that's a good thing, you'll have confidence. And it's a good thing for me too, because you're going to buy more product. So now, I've grouted a section of floor. Now what you want to do is you want to leave it sit for a few minutes. The grout will haze a little bit. It'll start to dry slightly. You'll notice it lightening up here and there. If I was doing this entire floor right away, I would just keep spreading, and probably by the time I get half of the floor done, I would stop, then go back and start washing, and I'd be able to wash the half, that half of the floor. Again, I'm just going to wait a few minutes, and then we'll come back and start filming again and show you how to wash.